Yeah, 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 yeah. Niggas think it's sweet, but I keep it real to the bitter end. Since a kid, I had family, I never had no friends. Charged up, cause I stay 100, never to pretend. If I did, I was holding back some tears when I was 10. Every time I get some money, it's gonna make me wanna spend. But that's just my personality, I gotta get it in. I had $30 checks, only job I ever quit. But I still kept it legit until I bossed up again. Ain't no L's of a stick, turn a loss to a win. That's a hustle, something that you gotta have
yo, what's good? What's happening? We back. Brand new episode of Timeless Vibes. I believe this is episode 16. We here live. Happy New Year's. By the time you listen to this, New Year's, it'll be probably a new year, whole new everything. If not, probably niggas be safe on New Year's.
Merry Christmas.
Either way. Merry Christmas as well. Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa.
Ain't nothing to do
Hanukkah.
outside anyway.
Yeah,
Ain't no popping no firecrackers and nothing like that.
Exactly. Well, just be safe out here, man. But above all, ain't like it's nothing to do unless your ass is catching COVID in Florida, Texas, and all of that. Do it at your own risk. Stay the hell away from me. Plain and simple.
Please.
But this your boy Chris J. Glad to be back. Got the boy Chaz vibe on here.
What's going on, y'all? Miss y'all. Hope y'all doing all right. Hope y'all had a Merry Christmas. Got everything on y'all list or whatever.
And if not,
some stuff.
And if not, it be that way sometimes. Like, hey, but just
be
know,
that way, man.
Exactly. Just know it's a new year. Mugs may have a better financial situation, you know. Mugs getting they stimmies, man. So, you know, once they get their little 600, they might get your gift, bro. You never know, bro. So be patient. Be patient, G. But this is our end of year episode, so we'll get into our top whatever at the end of the episode. But we still got some news to talk about. A few things did happen. We gotta talk about Charlamagne's continued hate for Drake, possibly, and whether or not he was right or wrong. We'll discuss that. And Young Thug is also back in the news for possibly another out of context quote. And also example, niggas just don't listen to whole video. Niggas don't watch videos. They don't listen to clips. They look at a headline and get mad, you know. So really unfortunate, G. But we're going to start the episode talking about that. Also, fun fact and pluggers real quick. You want some You Tweaking Media merch? 35% off. 35% off on Teespring. Link will be in the comment section on YouTube or whatever platform you listen to on. And also just check out our social medias as well. And you will see at @DeepChris_ChrisJ, you will find a link to the merch somewhere on there. So make sure you copy some merch. We got face masks, hoodies, and all that other stuff. But with all of that said, we gotta talk about Young Thug. He's back in the news for another unfortunate quote that went wrong. So he was on an interview with I know my man's name. I can't think of it right now. Gilly the Kid, and pretty much they were talking about stadium anthems, I guess, stuff like that, and it led to, and like the podcast and stuff didn't come out to I think today or it's coming out tomorrow, whatever. So by the time you listen to this podcast, it's already up. But pretty much they were talking about stadium anthems, and Thug believes he got 30 plus songs that if he was performed, niggas would just sit there and know every word for word. And there's some artists who don't have that. Which, in a way, like, it depends how you view Thug. Like, he has a lot of songs. I don't know his fan base, per se, to sit there and be like, yo, I can literally rap like 30 Thug songs. Like, I like Thug a lot. But then I can't rap even 30 Drake songs verbatim. So that's just me. But does Thug got 30 hits? I definitely agree. Like, he has a hell of a run in like the past decade. So I ain't mad at what he said. But it was funny because like Jay-Z was mentioned. And it was like, I guess he didn't really catch on until afterwards. But Did you hear the quote itself, G? Like the actual soundbite?
No, I only saw I saw the link to the article and what he said, and they made a big deal about
All
it.
right, I'm gonna play it.
You got to think like we ain't
I
talking
didn't
about
hear the whole
stream
thing.
sales. We ain't talking about nothing. We talking about anthems. We talking about songs they know. Like when I perform, I got 30, 40 songs that the whole stadium gonna know. They gonna know these motherfuckers. All 30 songs.
And that's some powerful shit.
Yes, Sirski.
There's not a lot of motherfuckers that can say that.
Nigga, Jay-Z ain't got 30 songs like that. What the whole stadium finna sing?
He got a lot though.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I know he do he probably got 50 of them bitches. I'm just saying, like, I'm not just literally saying him. I'm just saying, like, niggas who you thinking.
Absolutely.
The man.
Absolutely. Because honestly,
I done did shows with everybody, bro.
So clearly, he
Was
realized he
was
tweaked.
that Vlad? Was he on Vlad TV?
No, he was on Gilly the Kid. Thug is pretty smart not to go on Vlad. But Gilly the Kid got a video podcast show, whatever. So he was on there. Thing is, I don't know what artists he were specifically saying, but I think he did tweet because he did mention Jay-Z, just how Jay-Z was mentioned. It was like, oh shit, I didn't mean to say Jay, clearly. But niggas really took it as in like, yo, what the fuck, this nigga got a lot of nerve, but I think niggas is tweaking. Like clearly, especially when you if you just take that one line and throw it in a picture and put big words, niggas is going to clearly be like, oh yeah, I'm going to blow this shit up. But your thoughts after hearing it?
Yeah. Nah, I feel like what did we talk about last week?
Last episode we talked about Muggs was mad at him about 3 stacks.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's the same thing. I feel like it's taking it literally out of context, a little bit out of context.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's just
but
not good.
I mean, Thug got bangers. Is like, I see the point he was trying to make. I mean, who knows? He probably could have been thinking Jay-Z, because him and Jay-Z make different type of music. You feel what I'm saying? And so he's more so thinking about the type of music, the style of music he makes, and how like lit culture or whatever. Like, it's easy to get people turned if you know how to do it, and that's mostly what Thug music is. So obviously, a lot of your hits is gonna get people, riled up, and they're gonna know your stuff. And so you comparing yourself to Jay-Z because y'all make two different styles of music. In his head, he probably could have been thinking like, I got motherfuckers like more T than Jay, because you know what I'm saying, like the trap sound and everything. But I don't know, probably kind of corrected himself because he kind of knew,
because
what he was actually saying after it left his mouth. Like, wait a second, that's Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, Jay-Z definitely has 30 plus songs that an entire Madison Square Garden type arenas would know word for word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely agree, and that's why literally he even said, like, once the clip came out, I was speaking too fast, which happens. Yeah, way sometimes. But the thing with Jay, because the thing is, I've seen, like, I've never been to a Jay-Z show per se, but I watched the when he did his title B-side show, and niggas knew his B-sides, bro, word for word. Like if. And then, like, I've seen people just literally just go crazy off Jay-Z songs. So, him saying, yeah, of course, Jay got more than 30, damn near 50, that's very damn accurate. Like last episode, we literally gave Jay-Z a whole lot of goddamn praise, and literally, like, we know. Like, even the shit, like, the fact that the man can do a B-side show. Some artists can't even do a damn B-side show, G. In order for you to even perform 30 songs, you need a B-side.
He was speaking too fast.
Yeah. Niggas was tripping.
He was really speaking too fast. He was kind of like, and when you get to talking about yourself, you kind of like, you get riled up a little bit. Your energy get up there, and you just be saying shit. So,
yeah, I definitely.
I feel like it's one of them things you could just be like, he He ain't mean that or whatever.
Yeah, like even I knew he didn't mean it. That's why I'm like. But then again, this is another lesson of you niggas need to start freaking looking at context and stop getting mad at headlines. Geez, 2020. Use your damn context clues. We learned that in freaking 6th grade. But let's go
Especially
ahead.
headlines on freaking social media,
That too.
freaking
But let's go
Facebook of all
ahead
places.
and talk about is the Drake reign over? Because uh, this morning, Charlemagne, a quote from Charlemagne, and this is where I really don't need a lot of context, because for one, there was nothing attached to it, where he literally said,
Mm-hmm.
"Is Drake's reign over with?" Uh, and when you think about it, is the Drake era over with, to be more specific, but makes you sit there and wonder. But let me go ahead and pull up the whole quote. Make sure, because I want to make sure I'm not missing nothing here. So he says, "Let me ask y'all a question. Are we still in the Drake era? Is radio such a prehistoric form of media that has changed the temperature to what's actually hold on. Sorry, I had to silence my phone. But let me ask y'all a question. Are we still in the Drake era? Is radio such a prehistoric form of media that it hasn't changed the temperature to what's actually going on in these streets?" Then one of the guests said, "We're in the little baby era," and as Charlemagne said, although the radio makes it seem like we're in the Drake era, the reality is different. Radio, they haven't caught up on what's actually happening in the streets yet. They haven't changed the temperature, so it still seems like we're in the Drake era. I don't think we're in the Drake era for the last 2-3 years. Cap. And then he says something. Then I think this is when he starts capping. He say because he starts comparing Drake to Kendrick. He says Kendrick continues to show another level every album he drops, and while also going on periods without releasing new music. Kendrick makes us wait. Blah 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 blah. Kendrick takes his time. And Drake has given us so much music. I don't know if he has another gear. We know Kendrick has another gear. We know this because she shows us in every project. I don't think Drake has another gear, so therefore I'm not going to go on looking forward to anything. So with Charlemagne saying all that bullshit, we already know Charlemagne as one of the leads of "I Don't Rock with Drake" campaign. He's the leader. He's the ringleader. And with that being said, it makes a lot of people sit there and think, because once again, like as me, you talk outside the pod, a lot of niggas hate Drake and a lot of niggas love Drake, and but also a lot more people just like him. But it does make you wonder:
Yeah.
is Drake's reign really over? And it's a lot to really take from, because he mentioned in the radio aspect, and I'm just gonna use us here in Chicago, because one, I have to hear the radio every fucking day at work. I just do. And when I'm driving, I really
Mm-hmm.
don't listen to the radio, because either A, I'm listening to a podcast, or I'm playing music. My music from my phone. So I have more control on what I actually hear until I go to work. GCI is mainly on at work. GCI is linked to the Breakfast Club in terms of they both under iHeartRadio. So me knowing that, I'm pretty sure the playlist that GCI plays is similar to what is played for Power 106 or whatever radio station Breakfast Club is with, because they under iHeart. With that all being said, I hear Lil Baby, at least 4 Lil Baby songs heavy in rotation. The only Drake song in rotation right now on the radio is "Laugh Now, Cry Later." So if the streets haven't necessarily caught up, based off that, Lil Baby's very clearly more played. But that's because radio is an example of the now.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, based on the now, yeah, Lil Baby has more songs to be played. He is, in terms of right now, of this very moment of this year, the hottest artist in rap right now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is necessarily not a bad thing.
Not at
It
all.
goes more credit to Lil Baby. And also we can still say the same for Da Baby, Meg the Stallion, and Roddy Rich. Artists like that. So with all that being said, radio plays what's hot in the streets. Always, in terms of rap, R&B, what's hot in the streets. Drake has nothing to play besides one song. And from time to time, they may bring, like, you may hear Hotline Bling or something like that, because those are some of his bigger songs. But that's like probably once every blue moon.
They don't play nothing from Darkland demo tapes, do they?
No. But like Drake never really had a single. Like, it was just a mixtape. He treated that like a mixtape. Something for the fans. He even said it's like it's something for the fans. So
yeah. I thought that what was that? Was it Chicago Freestyle and the other song that was?
Well, those were just you know how Drake is when he's about to drop something, he just drops songs just because they may not be for radio.
Yeah,
but
they weren't meant to be. Yeah, they wasn't meant to be. But I mean, that's internet wise, it was getting a lot of circulation.
Yeah, that's a yeah. And if anything, and that goes to like
that's why I feel like the whole radio argument is kind of like
weak,
asinine, because radio is so prehistoric. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's not how you judge artist relevance. It's a lot of songs being played on the radio by artists that nobody really gives a fuck about right now, but it's still on the radio because it's making them money, getting them.
It's making money, and it's what kind of the demographic they're looking for wants to hear. The casual demographic wants to hear at the time. That's literally how radio works. I could break it down because I was a radio major at Columbia College. I don't feel like breaking it down, but literally radio is meant to literally focus on the casual demographic, not the nigga that is like us who wants to hear specific songs. So, but like the internet is a better way to measure that. And he said, and I don't like Charlamagne talking about what's hot in the streets, because like, nigga, you're not in the streets, my nigga. For one, like,
hot in the streets.
Like, bro, the most notable clip of you in the streets involved you literally getting ran off the street by some random niggas in ski masks. So we know what happens when you be in the streets, my nigga. Just saying. But it's like, if he was to say, well, based off the internet, yes. But even then, is the Drake, like him saying that's the best way to gauge the Drake era's over? No, because when Drake dropped Dark Lane demo tapes this year, no, let's even go back even further. When he dropped Chicago Freestyle, everybody was talking about it, breaking it down. When he dropped the other song,
that's what I was saying when we was earlier when we was at work, and I was like, Drake's flair, it never fades. Like, it's been a minute. Like, he dropped Laugh Now, Cry Later, but he's been pretty quiet. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, like literally, he hasn't
for a minute.
Yeah, like he hasn't dropped shit. So, but like I'm using an example of like, okay, earlier this year when he dropped Chicago Freestyle, Tootsie Slide, and there was another song. I think it was just those two. Was it When to Say When?
It was another song. It was a song that was. It was like.
When to Say When. There we go. When to Say When. When to Say When. Chicago Freestyle. The internet stopped.
Yeah.
It did. It just outright stopped. So, like, literally, niggas literally was like, oh shit, like Chicago Freestyle was fire. They was on SoundCloud, and niggas was like, look, man, I'm about to re-download SoundCloud just to listen to these tracks, or just play it off YouTube. Tootsie Slide came out, which was that was a single. But yeah, Tootsie Slide was technically a single for Dark Lane demo tapes, but Tootsie Slide was a top TikTok song of the year, I believe, the top, or if not one of. That still says Drake
was definitely up there. It was basically like the In My Feelings Part 2.
Exactly. And literally Drake made a song literally for TikTok while niggas was in the pandemic, and they stayed in the house literally freaking right foot sliding all over the place.
Yep.
So that still says a lot in itself. And then, but like when Dark Lane dropped, niggas was talking about it. Niggas literally sit there, whether they love or hate them, dissected the album, whether they were skipping through shit or not. Niggas listened to the damn tape. It was in the rotation, some way or another. Niggas literally said, Pain 1993, Drake did Cardi's flow way better than Cardi. Niggas make that case. Shoot, like, gee, I'm trying to figure it out. And then even this time last year, niggas was listening to War.
War.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When niggas was saying now
Yeah,
Drake is
whenever
biting you
Drake
dry.
drops, whenever he drops something, bro, he shuts it down, bro.
Exactly.
He shuts
Mugs
it down
get
every time he drops
overly
something,
critical. It's and like when
Can you read it? Not to cut you off. My bad.
No,
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask you to reread the quote because I have something to say, and I lost it.
But which part of the quote? The whole thing or
The whole thing, so I can hear it.
all right? So piece by piece. So he says, "Are we still in the Drake era? Radio, prehistoric form of media it has changed the temperature of what's going on in the streets. Charlamagne, not the voice of the streets. You are the internet, my nigga. I apologize for that." Then Charlamagne then says, "The radio makes it seem like we're still in the Drake era, and reality is different. I don't think we're in the Drake era for the past 2-3 years."
Oh, okay. That's what I want to say. So back to what you had said about the whole people was so thirsty to take the crown from LeBron and they gave it to Kawhi Leonard. It's kind of like the same. It's like motherfuckers is like noticing like, oh shit, Drake ain't been dropping nothing. Ooh, is the Drake era finally over? You know what I'm saying? And it's like kinda in a way, yes and no. Well, I say yes, but it's not. It's not in a way that he was looking for. Um, I would say after Views, what came after Views? More Life.
Yeah, more
A
like
little bit after More Life, Drake's relevance and stardom and that flair I was talking about, it never really faded. But a lot of other new artists they had space um to make a name for themselves, to make noise. You know what I'm saying? He even said it in When to Say When. He was like, I finally gave you niggas the space you need to exist. Like he knows he's low key kind of taking a back seat because it's a lot of new artists, a lot of young niggas coming out and doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? And it's their turn. Like Lil Baby, that was the name of his album. It was the name
My
of his
Turn.
album was My Turn. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of other niggas' turn right now, and Drake know that. Drake, his debut album was in 2010, bro. It's been a decade, and this dude has had a very successful career. It's 2020, about to be 2021. He knows he's not washed up, but it's a lot of other people's time right now. He knows that. You feel what I'm saying? So he kind of answered his own question, like. The Drake era has kind of been over, but that's not, when I say that, I'm not saying Drake is washed up. Because just like I said earlier, once he drops Certified Lover Boy, that shit is going to go crazy because he's at that point in his career now where, you know what I'm saying, he has that flair. Like every time he drops something, he's going to get, his relevance is not going to change. And that's why I made the statement. I was like, Drake is. I'm gonna change what I said earlier when we was at work. He's not the Michael Jackson of hip hop, but it's kind of like he's in that same room. You know what I'm saying? In the sense to where his status, his stardom, his relevancy, you know what I'm saying? Everything is like it's at such a level to where, you know what I'm saying? He stays consistent. You feel me? Everything he drops, his consistency is still there. I hate saying that word because my lips, but like, it's like he can do no wrong. Like you said, he bulletproof. Like Drake, he really could do no wrong, and that's just the result of a very successful career. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, and to continue on what you were saying, like, is his reign over? To me, it's the Drake era over. It's close. It's similar in like how if you follow me on Facebook or whatever, his reign is very similar to how LeBron's is right now. How a couple years ago when LeBron got hurt with his first year with the Lakers was doing as well. Niggas thought, oh man, that nigga LeBron washed. We got to give the league to somebody. KD's Achilles explode because clearly that was the giveaway. It was like, oh shit, we gotta give it to somebody. Give it to KD. And KD actually showed like he was that nigga until his Achilles exploded. So then niggas was like, oh shit. Whoa, fuck. Well, Kawhi just won the championship. He was the best player in the league. Oh. And like even me, I was part of like, well, in terms of right now, yeah, I guess. Shoot, like okay. Like I don't know how he skipped over James Harden, Steph Curry, and Giannis, but sure, we want to go into that. But and then like over time as we saw, and like the thing is over time we saw. Like last season with NBA, I hate to turn this to threes from the ring mini, but hey, it be that way sometimes. But it's the perfect analogy. We saw, oh man, LeBron's really not washed. That nigga just freaking averaged a double-double for a season for the first time in his career. Why? Just because. And won a championship. And won finals MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Second in MVP race. So yeah, maybe LeBron isn't washed. Yeah, okay, LeBron's the best player in the league again. Okay, that's fine. It's nothing wrong with saying that again. Then it's like, and all it takes with Drake sometimes is like, all right, let me just make you niggas remember. Literally, like that's what he does. It's like Drake, and Drake is at that point where it's like he know, like I'm sure, like there's nothing wrong with like saying like, oh, okay, the ecosystem right now is ready. Like we see people who's ready to step up and be the leaders of the decade, like how for the 2010s. It was Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, and you got to throw Nicki Minaj in there. Mm-hmm. Nicki deserves to be in that conversation as well because I know people often do leave her out, but she's part of that. It's people like saying the big three, but it's actually a big four. They deserve, like Nicki deserves to be in that conversation. Now, as we enter a new decade, I would hope there's some new people ready to take the mantle, but at the same time, you have to take it. Like how Drake had to take it from Lil Wayne and Jay-Z to the extent. It was like, give it to me. Mm-hmm. Or they just passed it to him. Because like for the late 90s, 2000s, it was literally Jay-Z and then you can argue Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne had a case. Like he made a very valid case. But at the same time, it was just Jay-Z's allure was just too big. But Lil Wayne had a huge case in the late 2000s. But then you got some people who sit there and argue, well, T.I. was there and Rick Ross was there too. But regardless, when you look back at the 2000s, it's easily Jay-Z, and then you got to throw Wayne as a close number two with no problem. And when you go back to the 2000s, it's like, okay, clearly it was just Drake. No rapper was bigger than Drake. And if you want to sit there and say if somebody was probably bigger than him, it was Nicki Minaj. But also Kendrick and J. Cole was in that conversation. But Drake was clearly head and shoulders bigger than everybody else. Now we enter a new decade. It's like, okay, Drake's still that nigga. But now it's like you could tell the fatigue is like we need to crown a new nigga. And what Charlamagne is saying is, okay, I'm ready to crown a new nigga. I want to crown somebody. So it's easy to sit there and say Lil Baby off this year alone. The Baby's in that conversation, even though I'm not the biggest the Baby fan, but he's in that nigga is huge. He's huge.
Yeah, and
the hoes love him.
That's exactly what I was saying. A lot of niggas came out, bro, and just blew up, took off.
Yeah. So
the quote unquote Drake era didn't stop anybody else from, you know what I'm saying, getting in their lane and making a name for themselves.
Yeah, as it shouldn't. And it goes back to my point of, well, okay, as it shouldn't, but clearly Drake is still that nigga. But for you to literally say it's your era, you have to literally take the bull by the horns. Now with Drake, as much as I sit there and say "Thank Me Later" was mid, I feel like once like take care around that era, that's when he sat there and took things by full on control. At that point,
Yeah,
and it's too easy to sit there and say "Lil Baby" off this year. Like it looks like it could be him, but at the same time, it might not. It literally
Lil
might
Baby.
not. Who knows? Like you have to throw Meg in this conversation. Meg got to be in that conversation. Like I said, the baby's in the conversation. Roddy Ricch is still in the conversation because he had the hottest song that dropped this time last year and still hot this year. The box is still getting heavy play. But yeah, it's other people like even Lil Durk is entering the conversation after Daniel. He was around for a whole decade itself. So it's other artists. It's just too early to sit there and say, well, it's this guy because he did good and stayed in the media all year, good or bad. But it's not necessarily. And for me, like, so I'm not saying it's a bad thing, or I'm sitting there sounding like a Drake fan where it's saying, "Oh, you just capping, you love Drake." I'm like, yeah, I do, but at the same time, none of these niggas right now. It's like when niggas was trying so hard to say, "Well, Kobe's the best player in the league," but it's like, bro, LeBron the one out here winning MVPs right now. It just Kobe just has the better team. It's like,
okay, think about it like this. Imagine if Drake wasn't a factor right now, bro. Who would be the hottest artist right now? Off the top of your head.
Off top, it'd be easy, Lil Baby.
Okay, there you have it. The only reason Drake is where he's at right now is because, like I said, the nigga just still makes good music. You know what I'm saying? If Drake was garbage, he wouldn't be in the position where he's at. Because we gotta understand, the fans put you where you at, bro. The fans put you in your position. So really, without them, you know what I'm saying, they kind of help you dictate where you place in this game. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I definitely agree. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
It's just like you said, if Drake wasn't a factor, Lil Baby would be the hottest artist, and I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. And it's not even to say that Lil Baby's success is hindered by the Drake era or whatever, because Drake was quiet for a decent ass minute, and this nigga Lil Baby was out doing Black Lives Matter songs and just going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Like he had Lil Baby used the Lil Wayne formula of the late 2000s of I'm gonna be on everything. You're gonna hear me, you're gonna listen to me, and I'm everywhere. You can't escape it. He pulled that method out and it worked. It's just me, I'm not gonna sit there and say every single verse was fire. Just cause he was on it. Like with Lil Wayne, okay, and this is why some niggas gonna probably sit there and cap, but if you listen to this podcast, I want you to sit there and tell me, if you're gonna sit there and tell me, send me all the fire Lil Baby features this year. I'm gonna honestly judge them. Cause I listen to a fair share too, but it's like I wasn't excited. If I saw a song that said, I'm like, ooh, this person Lil Baby, nah, I'm good. I don't want to listen to that. If it was Gunna and Lil Baby, I'm listening. It's Thugger and Lil Baby, I'ma listen. If it's Gucci and Lil Baby, I'ma listen. Cause it was like, oh, very clearly I know it's gonna work. Like I saw Lil Baby featured with some Afro punk nigga, and I was like, or an Afro beat nigga, and I was like, that shit not gonna work. And I heard a clip, I'm like, see, now you're forcing it. You're doing something that's not your lane, my nigga. That's not your lane. While compared to like when Lil Wayne did it, it's like, yeah, G, okay, it works. It's like he's not at that stage of his career where it's like he's ready to be that diverse. Just keep rapping in your same flow, which works, and it worked. If it ain't broke, don't fix it yet, nigga. So that's
That's
just
true.
my thing of
Yeah, and another thing, just kind of like bring back you said add a little Dirk into the conversation. Like it takes time. You never know when you are gonna be catapulted into the spotlight.
mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because once Dirk hopped on laugh now, cry later. You know what I'm saying? That was like a big step for
Yeah.
Lil Durk. Not even just for Lil Durk, for Chicago. Period.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so, Lil Baby has like ample time in his career to reach new heights. It doesn't have to be so sudden just because you think Drake's been in the spotlight too long. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like just things are going to continue to play out. And like I said, I honestly feel like Drake's career now is kind of on like autopilot. I think he's ushering into like his predecessors area. He's almost there to where his um his name, his presence in the game is solidified.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's no longer like, oh, I have to keep on making sure I stay relevant. I gotta be everywhere on social media. I gotta be at every show. I gotta do this. Like he doesn't have to hustle like a new artist has to hustle because
Mm-hmm.
he's already solidified in the game. You
Yeah.
feel me? If Drake took a year off and didn't do anything and then dropped the album the year after that, the album would it wouldn't do anything less of what his previous albums did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
because like you said, he's solidified, but not only is he solidified, but he's also at a legendary status. He's at the Jay-Z, like the Jay-Z, the Kanye realm
Once
of
you get
like
10 years, once you get 10+ years in the game, bro, as successful as he is, you automatically there. You
yeah.
automatically there, bro.
And
Just
I
ride that wave. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
And the thing is like for Drake at this when he's at the point where he's in, I feel like he knows it. It's like, bro, go ahead and be experimental. Take those chances. Like literally after Jay-Z did Black Album, that's when he really tried like if you listen to the last episode, I was very critical like yo, a lot of these Jay-Z albums after Black Album was really bad. I won't say a lot of them, but
Mm-hmm.
some of them. And but like American Gangster was like a concept album, really good. Uh I hated Blueprint 3 because literally the production there was ass, but it was a different type of production that he was going with that. Okay, cool. And then you had 444 comes out, and that was that was to me it's still like that was more of a concept took a chance type album because it's a very personal album. It was like a
Mm-hmm.
journal type album, as you kind of phrase that as. And Drake's at a point of his career where I feel like it'll be dope if he took that lane where he would be a little bit more experimental, where it's like, oh well, let me make strictly a rap album. Let me make strictly an R&B type album. Let me make something where it's more like let me go back to my roots. Where it's like not to sit like I doubt he could sit there and sound like how he sounded back with comeback season and all of that, but something more like that, like where he was more rappity rap, that type of that
Mm-hmm.
Drake, or just do something new altogether. So like he's at that place where it's just like regardless, you can't do wrong. Nothing you can do is wrong. Like if I just don't rock with it, I won't
Mm-hmm.
rock with it, and all of that. So he's at that point of his career because like you see what it's Kanye's doing it. It's just literally the man's just a
Yeah.
goddamn dang near a bad fall away being a resident at the job, but but in terms of like after Kanye did My Twisted Dark Fantasy, which was also a bold, I would not honestly after graduation, Kanye took bold steps. The man literally made 808s and Heartbreak. The man made My Twisted Dark Fantasy in terms of production was pretty bold and ahead of his time. Yeezus was extremely bold and ahead of his time. The man, like Life of Pablo is kind of whatever when you look at it in terms of him. I would say that's when he just went out, like, when in terms of just rapping, he was just like, yo, what the fuck you saying, nigga? That type of stuff. Then you got the gospel album. Like, you see, it's like, okay, musically, you see him taking chances, doing different stuff. So yeah, like you like, he's at that point of his career, and where some people may sit there, like Charlamagne mentioned, I don't think he can do what Kendrick can do, but Kendrick was bold in terms of just taking those chances and making the albums that he made. And I think that's why a lot of people give Kendrick that type of credit, because his first 3 albums all sound completely different. Where like Good Kid, Mad City was a very personal look into my life lens type of things. And then Good Kid, Mad City was a very jazzy album in itself about blackness and his own depression and stuff. And then Damn being a very hippity hop ass album in terms of production and feel, but also being very honest, that was a very commercial album. Honestly, that's probably his most normal album amongst his whole catalog. And I'm talking about going back to like his mixtapes like Section 80 and shit. And Section 80 was also like a take a chance type album. So yeah, but I feel like Drake's at a place where he can take those chances, and I hope he do. It's literally like you can't do no wrong.
I feel like every album Drake I feel like the lane that Drake made for himself is such like a wide lane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That he's being versatile within that lane. And it's just so much that he can accomplish within the space that he set for himself. You know what I'm saying? It's like so much you could do before you end up trying to do something crazy different. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Scorpion was almost like that. Even though it was kind of like, it was a lot of things going on with Scorpion from him changing it because of the Pusha T beef.
I believe
I think
Scorpion
wasn't that his last album before he like he was done with like Cash Money or whatever.
I think so. Scorpion's his last, I think, Cash Money, Young Money type album. And the funny thing, I think Scorpion was originally supposed to be simply an R&B album.
Exactly, that's what I was just going to say. I think he said either in an interview before that he wanted to do a strictly R&B album. Like he was at a place in his career where he could do something like that.
Yeah, and like people who like people I know say the R&B side of Scorpion is the best part of Scorpion, because it sounds a lot more polished, at least to them. Like it sounds like, okay, it wasn't shit. Let me get back in the studio and throw these rap songs together real quick. So
yeah,
and I think even the promo leading, like I remember people saying, yeah, it's gonna be an R&B, more R&B sounding. Like I'm like, oh, okay, ooh. But I think Drake's at a place where he can do that, where he can do, like, he has, like you say, he's very versatile. He has multiple lanes and all that. He can dip and dive anywhere. So, like, that's why I'm very curious when it comes to Certified Lover Boy. Like, what are we getting? Like, what are we getting? So it's gonna be very. I'm curious on like when it. Excuse me, when it drops. When it drops, whether it's in the next couple of weeks, and we might get another single this week because Drake is notorious for dropping them New Year's a track around New Year's. It'd be nice if you do. I still think We Made It is one of the best songs leading up to New Year's. G, we was that was a time, by the way. That was a time, bro.
That was an era, man.
That was an era, G. When We Made It came out, bro, we was blasting that, G. That and
I
Trophies,
graduated to that song.
You said what?
I said I graduated to that song.
See, like We Made It was hard, G. But
graduated high school to that song.
Hey, like that was a time. But to end this topic, if Drake's reign is over, or on the verge of ending, do you think the artist who's probably going to take the crown is already one of the hottest rappers in the game currently, or is somebody we just don't know yet?
I feel like it could go either way. I feel because remember what I said, like you never know when your presence in the music could just you never know when people could just discover you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like Dirk been dropping music for a long time, bro, and just now, and he's been real successful with his run thus far. But right now, he's starting to discover new territory within his career.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So you never know. You like little baby, like you said, if it wasn't Drake right now, it'd be little baby off the top of your head. But he can
Mm-hmm.
get blindsided by somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look, man, Von was finna take off. King Von was finna to take. He was finna to take off, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, what happened. But that's a great example. And Von was doing stuff like for a minute. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Before he blew up off Crazy Story and what was he on? He was on Love Songs for the Streets too. Some song with Lil Durk. But like fact of the matter is Von was finna take off, so you never know. So I feel like it could go. I feel like it's anybody's game right now, honestly, because everybody that's out right now is doing pretty well.
Yeah.
It's doing pretty well for themselves.
Yeah.
So
And
I feel like it's kind of anybody's game.
yeah. And this is another thing we gotta factor in. This year is gonna be treated like a anomaly, even like a good portion of next year. Because one, niggas still not touring. Niggas can't really do shows. Niggas can't really do
Oh yeah,
club appearances. They can't do really appearances like that. So it's easy to sit there and be like, okay, my music's popping because the streaming numbers say so. We won't really see who's really popping, who ain't. Once damn, bro, you missed that dunk, ugly as hell, boy. We won't really see who's popping once clubs start opening back up. Once we actually walk into these stores and see, yo, like, oh, okay, like, oh, this is playing. Okay, that's hot. All right, cool. Go to the club and be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a club anthem here. Yeah, this bang right here. Or like when we go to like public places and just be like, oh, okay, yo, they really fucking with folks. Or when mugs go on tour, how fast that stuff about to sell out? Because this is
exactly.
my thing. It's so easy to stream music. G. It is so easy to literally scroll up on our phone. I don't want nobody to see my text and literally push. I don't think you could. I don't think it's not popping up. And push the music icon to go to Apple Music. G. It's too fucking easy to literally go do that. It's too easy. Same going on YouTube for the NBA YoungBoy fans. They like hearing music being blasted. And also NBA YoungBoy is another nigga who's in the conversation.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, we're really gonna see once things start opening up, like hope maybe late 2021, summer 2021, but honestly 2022, we're really gonna see who's that person, who's that nigga, because that's really gonna tell the whole story in itself. Right there is when music, when like you can be a little, when you can actually move in public with your music now. Like it's just too easy. It's just too easy right now. But let's go ahead and move on. Let's do our year in review. A lot has happened, and like I said, 2020 is an interesting year for music in terms of just niggas just dropped the music, and a lot of the superstars of music took a back seat. Like there were people who were like, oh yeah, we should get we're expecting Kendrick to drop this year. Kendrick didn't drop this year. We expecting Drake to drop. We thought Drake was dropping Certified Lover Boy this year. Now he's dropping it next year. J. Cole might still drop his album before the year goes out because he Instagrammed something that was a tease. So we might see something this week. We don't know. But But yeah, J. Cole didn't drop nothing. Beyonce's normally dropped something around. It's been around this. Like this would have been the year she probably would have dropped something. She didn't drop nothing. I think SZA. I would throw SZA in terms of the superstar, but she didn't drop nothing. She dropped a single with Ty Dolla $ign. So a lot of the like real big superstars of music hasn't dropped shit. But in terms of that, it did lead to a lot of artists taking chances and just saying, "Let me give you guys a bunch of shit." And when I say shit, I don't mean like it was actual shit, but like in terms of, hey, I'm giving you guys tons of music, tons, which led to like the Lil Babies, the Baby, to take the shine, Meg Thee Stallion to take a shine, Uzi to take Uzi to come out the dead and shine, Summer Walker to shine, plenty of artists, like a lot of like literally like when I was just recapping all the albums that I either listened to or like that I either listened to or just dropped. A lot of people dropped music. I heard a lot of albums this year. So it's just like in terms of Future is still in that conversation of people who dropped. Big Sean,
But drops
like,
he just after the
you said what?
I said a lot of people drop music just for the fact of us being in quarantine.
Exactly. Like niggas just dropping stuff, just drop shit. Like a lot of music. And like it may not have been from the superstars. I think Drake is probably the biggest artist to actually drop. Well, the Weeknd and Drake is probably the biggest artist, like superstar tier artist to actually drop something. And I guess if you want to drop Big Sean in that conversation, I guess. But yeah, like a lot of people drop. But I would say like in terms of streaming, because literally niggas, the only way niggas was gonna make money was their music was streaming. And it was also the year of deluxe albums.
Yeah,
Which is like the biggest scam
every
of all time.
album was like 30 songs, 25 songs. Yeah, it was going crazy.
Like niggas literally sit there and give you an 18 song album. Week or two later, oh, here's 10 more songs. Like nigga, I barely listened to the first 18. I was like, what the hell? But I ain't mad at it because literally, how else were you going to get money through streaming and mugs to just go back and stream that one specific album? It be that way sometimes. So like when a good example, I think even though I said the person who did the best version of a deluxe album was Lil Uzi because he literally turned to a whole entire different project. I respect him for it, but niggas was getting out of hand. Like I think the most heinous one, I think the most heinous freaking deluxe album this year had to been, I might say it was G Herbo G. I think it was Herbo G. His was probably the most out of hand. Either him or Pop Smoke, but Pop Smoke died. R.I.P. You said, yeah, PTSD deluxe album for that. I think that was like literally a 15 extra songs. I was like, bro, I was like, gee, you could have did something with this. But yeah, like so much dropped. And unfortunately, a lot of rappers met their untimely demise. R.I.P. Pop Smoke. R.I.P. King Von. Even it's funny because like how all of it happened so soon. Like I thought Juice WRLD was this year as well, but it was actually last year. This around this time last year. So like,
dang,
yeah, exactly. It was somebody else, but like so many artists either died or got shot or in jail. Like it was a very nasty year. Very nasty year. So prayers to a lot of rappers, their families, friends, fans, all of that, because it was just a nasty situation. Whether it was because of goofy violence or just unfortunate circumstances, like because of COVID or whatever, it be that way. We did get versus battles as well. Versus was a very shout out to Timbaland and Swizz Beats for that. Very fire concept to keep us entertained while while y'all supposed to be quarantined technically, because a lot of you niggas wasn't shit. But yeah, like it was a really fun year, G. Like a really fun year in terms of music. Uh,
Yeah.
but which one you want to do first? You want to do top 5 artists, top 5 albums, or just where you want to go first?
We could do top 5 artists, then albums, and then we can just do like our favorite verses and songs.
All right. So my top 5 artists. Number 5. I put them Griselda niggas as a collective. Like them niggas are a collective.
Mm-hmm.
Like shout out to Benny the Butcher, shout out to Conway, shout out to the what's the other nigga name? I always forget your name, bro. Forgive me, bro. I can't think of you right now. But them niggas literally brought back the old feeling of like how early 2000s drug rap. They brought the feeling
Oh,
back
yeah.
of early
Nah,
coke
you
rap,
right, though.
G. Like them, and plus the thing is they can rap their ass off, bro. All them niggas can rap they freaking ass off, G. Benny Butcher's more my cup of tea. Conway's cool. Let me try to remember the other one. I really hate the fact I'm forgetting the other nigga name. What's your name? Shit, bro. What's your freaking name, bro? Conway, Benny the Butcher. Bro, what's your name? Gee, damn, bro. I really forgot this man's name, G. I feel bad. I really do. Shoot. There we go, West Side Gun. There we go, West Side Gun. Forgive me, G. It's just you. Your name is kind of very not the most fire amongst them, so it's like for me, it's just like it slips my mind. But these Griselda niggas was fire. They really brought the old feeling back of like that classic 2000s drug era of just like, yo, this is how we rapped in the streets. This is how we deal coke to your friends and family and shit, and while making it sound fire. My only problem was the production was ass, but I would say this. On each day albums, the production was a little bit better. Benny Butcher had the best production because he was with my boy Hit Boy. Also, we gotta give Hit Boy a lot of credit for this shit. He's probably producer of the year to me. But yes, them Griselda niggas was in their bag, plain and simple. So that's my number 5 as a collective. Number 4, I'm giving that to Drake. Like I said, Dark Lane demo tapes, what shit called, was fire. And also in turn, and then even the features he did was fire. Laugh Now Cry Later, very great song, and put Dirk on. Like Drake like I said, Drake finds ways to stay relevant whether you want to accept it or not. Like he's there. Then number 3, I'm putting Chris Brown. Chris Brown, was probably very underappreciated this year. Slime and B was a fire album that isn't getting talked about enough. It's just not. And just the features, the songs he did drop, there is a lot of heat. And like he stayed out of trouble as well, which is a positive. But so shout out to Chris Brown staying out of trouble in the midst of like a lot of the shenanigans that has happened in music about artists this year. Like he's the one that stayed out of trouble and hasn't. It seemed like he wasn't in Atlanta, wasn't in Houston acting a damn fool. So shout out to Chris Brown for that. My number 2 is Lil Baby. Like I said, hottest rapper easily this year for good or bad reasons. He gave niggas hope with the Black Lives Matter song, which was played again and again and again and again and again and again and again on the radio. Multiple songs that was getting heavy radio play. I think My Turn was if not is the most successful rap album of this year. So you got to give it credit in that aspect. Despite how I feel about that shit, very mid ass album, but in terms of just being, and like how we mentioned earlier on the pod, remaining relevant, remaining in the news, good or bad, he was there, and I have to give him his credit. Like he did his job. Like he did his job really well. And then my number 5 is Uzi. And in terms of music, I think Uzi had the best year. You may sit there and disagree, but guess what? Hold my nuggets, suck my dick, cause I don't care. I'm like literally niggas might sit there. Niggas probably gonna sit there and think I'm a big Uzi fan. I would say over the past year, I've grown so I have became a fan, but I'm not gonna sit and say, yo, if this nigga's untouchable. No, he's not. But he deserves his props because this nigga was on the verge of retiring. And Jay-Z said, nah, nigga, I'm gonna get you out that bullshit ass DJ drama contract and you gonna continue to bless the world. So shout out to that Rock Nation get out of jail free card. But Uzi took advantage.
Definitely.
In terms of features, G, that man this is the thing, like I love Eternal Take, I love versus the World, Uzi versus the World, or what the deluxe album was called. Those were fire. But G, in terms of features, he was in his bag with features. He has a tape with Future where literally I think I said it on the pod, Future drags niggas when they do collab tapes with him. If you do if you say, hey, I'm about to be in the studio with Future, G, and you're doing a collab tape with him, you're going to get washed.
Y'all was talking about this Drake era.
Like, G. Like,
It was
bro.
the Drake era over and all this Drake hate and stuff like that. Future dragged Drake Time to Be Alive.
Bro. G, he
Like,
made, like, G.
that was Future's album. Future's album with Drake features, though.
Exactly.
Drake floated on 30 for 30 because he was getting off. And he floated on his dancing. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the Drake song. I ain't gonna call. But the majority of it was Future's album, bro.
It was.
In his bag.
It was. By the way, your screen froze, by the way. But yeah, like Future, like if you do a collab tape with Future, he's gonna get in that ass. Uzi held his own. There was a couple songs where actually he watched Future. I was like, oh,
yeah.
So like I said, it's not a crime. It's not a crime to get dragged by Future, but literally, they had such a chemistry where it was like Uzi was like, or Future was like, I'm like, hey, I'm not going, and I respect it. I respect it to the fullest. So
yeah, he was going crazy.
Yeah, so Uzi did his thing, and then also he still remained relevant in his own way. Did things, and like he shit. I would say right now, he's probably better than, in terms of Philly rappers, him and Meek has been holding it down, but I think he's better than Meek right now.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's those my best artists, rappers.
Are you doing this by like artists who's been relevant in the year 2020, or just the artists you just been listening to 2020?
Both.
Okay. All right. Number five would be number 5. I'm gonna put Lil Uzi. Him being number 5 isn't really like a negative thing. It's just in comparison to what else, in comparison to the other people on the list. But I feel exactly the same way you did. I've been a Uzi fan since I think 2016. He had this song called Horse. You remember that song?
No.
That song put me on Lil Uzi. Ever since that song, I forgot what song he initially blew up with, but I didn't really like it like that. But when I heard Horse, I was a Uzi fan. Like, that song go crazy. I don't even think it's on Apple Music, but I felt the same way you do about how I've grown to be a Uzi fan over time. So, because I kind of felt like when Uzi came out, he went so crazy, but then he got to a certain level of his career where it just seemed like he kind of slowed down, like he lost that momentum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I kind of like, my attention kind of went off of him. But Eternal Take and this Future album was like, all right, this nigga, he actually still cares about what the fuck he do.
Mm-hmm.
So number 5 is Uzi. Number 4, um, number 4 be The Weeknd. I constantly have The Weeknd in rotation. Like, I don't care. I tee up to the depressing ass, melancholy R&B.
As somebody
But
said,
number
vampire strip club music.
5,
Look,
it's
hey,
stupid.
look. If somebody who works at Marvel, or you plan on, or if you're the writer of the Blade reboot, you need to have a vampire Blade walk to a vampire strip club, and Weekend is playing. If not, you fucking failed. You failed.
That's a missed opportunity, my nigga. Oh,
It's an easy
they've
miss.
decided to do From Dusk Till Dawn Part 2. Don't miss your opportunity. But yeah, Weekend always in rotation. After Hours was amazing.
It
After
was.
Hours that came out in 2020, right?
Yeah, that was like January. January or February. Like I
Yeah,
know it was before the
Weekend.
pandemic. That's how it was before the pandemic.
It was before the pandemic. But yeah, After Hours was crazy. I like Weekends, as people would say, his quote unquote mainstream style now. Weekend was another artist, kind of how we talked about Lil Durk. His career just plateaued. He was catapulted into just a new territory of like fame and stardom around the Beauty Behind the Madness. And a lot of people say, "Oh, he's going mainstream now." This nigga, his platform expanded. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? A lot of people, they love to, when the artist platform expands, they're no longer underground, and you're no longer special for being the only person listening to this artist. Now you say, oh, they're mainstream, it's a bad thing, whatever. But After Hours was a very great album. It was amazing. Weekend was number 4. Number 3 would be Lil Durk. Uh, Lil Durk. When I looked at my 2020, what I've been listening to on Apple Music, they told me Blicka Blicka was the number 1 song of the entire year. Like, I listened to that song. I think it was a total of 300 some times, bro. It's 365 days in a year. I was like, damn.
bro,
But
you
I
you made
literally,
sure
like,
you ran that bit back.
when I made my Apple Music playlist, I got a playlist on Apple when I go to drive to work, and that's the first song. And when that song came out, every morning I get up and go to work. When me and Ethan get ready to go to work, I would play that song first every morning. So yeah, Little Durk, Love Song for the Streets. My favorite song off that album is that came out 2022. No. That came out last year. That came out
No,
2019.
he made a love song for the streets this year. I could have sworn he did.
Love Song for the Streets too. I just looked it up, so I made sure I was getting my stuff right. It came out in 2019.
I could have sworn that was this year.
I thought it was this year too.
Because he dropped 2 projects this year, didn't he?
Love Song for the Streets 2. It came out August 2nd, 2019.
Oh, okay. Oh, just cause y'all waited to. That's what it was. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Okay, that's I'm like, gee, I thought he dropped 2 projects this year, but okay, you good.
But yeah, Lil Durk has been heavily in rotation, as you can see by what I just told you about the freaking Apple Music playback. I was gonna say something else about Lil Durk. I forgot. But Lil Durk's career it's just going up. It's just going
Yeah.
up. I think he's like 28.
I think
I think
Dirk
Lil
is
Durk like
around. I
28.
think Dirk was closer to my
Huh?
age, so he's either 27 or 28.
Yeah, this nigga is going crazy, bro. Like, his momentum just went so crazy this year, bro. It's just going crazy. Target number 3. Number 4 is Future. Matter of fact, number 4 is Drake. No, I'm tweaking.
No, you're number
Where am I
3.
at right
You're
now?
on number 3.
I'm number 3 was Dirk. Number 2
Oh, number 2,
is
yeah.
Drake. My fault, I'm tweaking. Number two is Drake. Drake was gonna be number one, but Future's number one. I'm gonna get to that later. Uh, Drake is number two. While Drake is my favorite artist, Future has been heavy in rotation. That's why I don't understand how Blicka Blicka was the number one song. But I guess because I played it first when I started driving. But I mean, I'm not mad at it. But Drake is number two. Um, if I could, I would just have Drake and Future right next to each other. But for the sake of a top five, Drake is at number two. Dark Lane Demonstrates was heavy in rotation. I listened to the whole thing once, but the songs I listened to the most was Chicago Freestyle, When to Say When. I mean, those are the main songs he like kind of promoted, but I mean they went hard. And Time Flies, Pain
Time flies.
1997.
Hey, I'm gonna say this: if we didn't enter a damn pandemic, Time Flies would have been fire, G. Here at the set, G.
Yeah, bro. That song go crazy. Pain 1997 with him and Playboy Cardi.
You mean
You didn't like
just with
Playboy
Drake?
Cardi's verse.
I didn't. I turned the song off after Playboy Cardi. Like to me,
I feel like his
that
verse
song
I
is
like
just
his verse.
it's Time Fly. It's Pain 1993, the Drake song.
His Drake Boy Cardi because he did his flow better than him.
Literally, he how you watch a nigga using his flow?
He does it all the time. What else can I say? What else did Drake drop this year? Laugh Not Cry Later.
That song,
Drake
that song with that nigga Young Blue or whatever. When Drake was talking about them type of hugs and shit.
Oh, I don't know the name of that song. It's gonna actually kill me if I don't get it. I'm actually gonna look it up right now.
Hold on.
They say time heals.
Yeah.
So good.
Your mind still. There we go. All right, before we get
Yeah.
copyright.
Right. Yeah, but Future number one. Number one is Future. When I tell you, if I could show you right now, I don't want to move my phone because it's charged. Actually, no, it's actually it's been charged. But if you look on my Mac, can you even see my MacBook right now?
No, because your virtual background is very powerful.
Damn. The vibes is strong with this. Future is literally all over my playlist, bro. He's actually the cover of the playlist, bro. Future just, yeah. Enough said, man. Like, what's his, what's the name of Future's album? High of Life. High of Life went so freaking crazy. High of Life went nuts. We talked about it on one of our episodes when it came out, but Solitaries, my jam. Last Name with him, Lil Durk. That came out before he dropped the album, but that song was smooth.
It was on.
Life
It was on
good,
one of their
obviously.
albums, though. It was on one of their albums.
What, Last Name?
It was on one of their projects.
It was,
I'm positive.
So they released it on 2 projects?
I don't know because I remember seeing it on like 2-3 different projects. G.
No, it's on High of Life.
Okay.
I was saying they dropped it before he released the album,
okay.
the single or something. But yeah, man, High of Life came out in 2020. That's the only thing Future released in 2020, right? In terms of projects.
But solo projects, yeah. High Life, yeah.
Yeah, his features went crazy. He was on Pardon Me with Lil Yachty.
Yo, the thing is this.
Put me on that song, I ain't
Pardon
Me, listen to Lil Yachty like that.
Pardon Me is probably the hardest verse of this year.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's the hardest verse of this year. Like easily, undisputed. We'll talk about that later, though.
I would definitely agree with that. But yeah, that's my top 5. That is my top 5. Artists. That's my top 5 artists.
I ain't mad at it. Also, honorable mention. I didn't put Weeknd in mind, but Weeknd's an honorable mention. And I'm throwing Meg Thee Stallion in there just as a general. Like, she did well this year. Like, she didn't have no good album. Her album's in. But in terms of staying relevant, good or bad news, but taking advantage of the bad and turning it to good, Meg was definitely up there, especially once quarantine happened, because we saw some quality twerk videos, my nigga. So,
My plead the fifth.
hey, yeah, you can't admit to that thing, but let's go ahead and move on to top 5 albums. So I'm gonna say this now. My top 5 albums are in no particular order. I'm just saying that now. Word. I want the listeners to know it's in no particular order. And also, niggas, I want you niggas to also know another thing. Lil Baby is not in my top 5.
Artists? I mean,
Albums, I
albums?
mean. My Turn is not in my top 5. I've been telling you niggas all year that album was mid. I've been telling you niggas all year that he was getting washed in every feature on that album. All year. But you niggas just sat there and got mad at me. But I'm just keeping it G real. That album, I couldn't literally finish it in one sitting. If I can't listen to an album in one sitting, you fucked up. Big time. So, that album it was pretty big mid. Shout out to that great Future was on there as well. Lil Uzi, great verse on there. I think Gunna dragged that nigga on one song, if I recall correctly. So, all that being said, the album's not even in my top 5. Not in my top 8. It's not even in my top 10 because I listened to so much music this year. I felt like it's not even deserving to be put in that conversation. Still, he had a great year though. But my top 5 albums, once again in no particular order, I had to throw both of these in here solely because it felt disrespectful not to put either one and make the other one miss out. So, Burden of Proof by Benny the Butcher and Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs tie are tied in this because I feel like I had to mention both. It's only right to mention both because they both the rapidy rap street niggas. Burden of Proof is literally the best produced Griselda album. Benny the Butcher got the hell off. To me he felt comfortable. Niggas was saying it's probably Griselda fanboy saying, well, he didn't sound like he normally would and all of that. But I'm like, bro, he probably because he's rapping off some really great beats from a really great fucking producer. So yeah, of course he's gonna sound really good on a Hit Boy beat, on a Hit Boy sample. So of course he's gonna sound freaking a little bit different. But Burden and Proof was really a really great album, great hip hop rap album. Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs. I'm gonna sit there and say Freddie Gibbs, I think, is on a very immaculate run in terms of just rap albums. Really good. I feel like he's it kind of really sucks that the Griselda niggas are kind of like the mainstream pick of we love these street rapidy niggas when Freddie Gibbs been doing it all year for like I wouldn't say all year, but for the past decade. And like the past, I think 3-4 years, he dropped some like album of the year quality albums, and Alfredo's is like part of that great run. But I really hope Freddie Gibbs gets a lot more credit. But Alfredo was really good. Really enjoyed that album. After Hours, really great weekend album. I'm gonna sit here and say it's probably his best mainstream album. Like his best. Like from start to finish, this is his best mainstream album. Dark Lane tapes, demo tapes, like literally speaks for itself. Slime and B with Young Thug and Chris Brown. This album slapped. It slapped. It was a very fucking great album. There's no skips on this album at all. None. And this is an album in collaboration tape that didn't get the credit it deserved because of freaking COVID. This album was supposed to be the theme song for the summer, and it wasn't able to be that. Huh?
What album?
The Slime and B, Chris Brown and Young Thug. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I think it. I would say it probably went under the radar because of that. Because we necessarily, like, well, Chicago opened up to an extent, yes, but it wasn't open. Like if this was able to play in clubs, play at the set, and you were just able to go like live a summer, this album would hit a lot more and be a lot more appreciated. The ones who did listen to it, they rock with it heavy. I love this album. Like this, if I was to actually rank albums, this would be my number one.
Mm-hmm.
It would honestly be my number one because like that gets heavy playback. And plus Doug and Chris Brown have a really great chemistry. Uh, then number 5, Eternal Take. Literally, this album not only did it surprise me, but I wasn't expecting the reception it got either from social media. This it made me really believe Uzi's bigger than Muggs give him credit for because literally Muggs wasn't expecting shit to drop. And then when he said, "Hey, it's dropping this morning, get ready," Muggs was ready. And it was
Exactly.
crazy. Like I remember when I was on my way to work. I was on the Pace bus. I was
Mm-hmm.
I was on the Pace bus heading to work. I was about to get off on 95th and the Ridge Mall to get to catch the other bus. I was like, "Yo, come on, G, I need to hit Apple." And G, when I was listening to it on the way, I was like, "Yo, this nigga Uzi rapping his ass off." G. Like I thought I was expecting a mix of things, but gee, the fact that this nigga Uzi gave us a rap album and it slapped. It then gave us a
Yeah.
deluxe album with some more rapping, but like the class, like the stuff that we love Uzi for, the more the artistic side. I was like, gee, this man is in his bag, G. So shout out to Uzi. Like in terms of rap albums, it's my favorite rap album this year, easily. But Uzi really, genuinely put a lot of effort and love into this and proved a point by it as well. Proved a hell of a point by it. So those are my top 5 albums.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. Shit. No particular order either. Um, no particular order. I'm gonna just get out the way. Obviously, High of Life or Future. But I already kind of talked about that when I talked about Future being number one top artist. Um, Eternal Take. I was actually at work when I think you sent me that. You told me when it
Yeah, I
dropped.
sent you. I think I told you and sent you the link. Yeah.
I think you sent it to me, and yo, I was at work because I listen to like I go over my albums when I'm at work because I ain't got nothing else to do. But I get tired of doing that sometimes, so I be needing other music to listen to. And you sent me that like right on time. I'm like, all right, let me just listen to it so I can just do my work and just like go through this album or whatever. Uzi was rapping his ass off. He was rapping his ass off, and I think we just had that conversation when I was like, "Yo, it seemed like this nigga's momentum, like woo or
Mm-hmm.
whatever." But then he released an album, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna eat my motherfucking words. It's all good. It happens to the best of us." Uzi rapped his ass off on the album
He
and gave
did.
us a deluxe, and that's how you do it. That's how you give us a deluxe.
He
You
did
don't
the
just throw
proper
music
way
in
of
our
doing the
face.
deluxe. It wasn't just random songs. It felt like an entirely new album. It was like a double
He
disc.
made us want a deluxe. He made us. The album was so good, we didn't know we wanted a deluxe until he gave us a deluxe.
Yeah, I was like, all right, bro, cool.
That's how it's supposed to be. Like, all right, bet, cool. Um, Eternal Take was good. Uh, let me see. After Hours. I'm at 3. Yeah, 3. After Hours. I already talked about that though when I said we can on my top 5 artists, but After Hours kind of reminded me of a blend of. It was a blend of a lot of stuff. It was like a blend of Trilogy as in a whole. It was a blend of Trilogy, Starboy. Because a lot of people didn't like Starboy, but I like Starboy. Trilogy,
Starboy, I love
Starboy,
Starboy at
and
first. It just I never. It's like it's hard for me to go back to if that makes. It don't have much
hmm
replay value.
um, it gave me a feel of Trilogy, Starboy, and Beauty Behind the Madness, all in like one mix, and it was refreshing to listen to
Mm-hmm.
because his style drastically kind of changed with Starboy.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, honestly,
that's when
if you a real weekend, what's up?
Starboy is when he went pop. Starboy was when he went
Yeah,
pop.
but this is my thing, bro. If you're a real weekend fan and you go back and listen to like I think it's this one little EP he had called The Noise. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of his old stuff that's like on Trilogy, which is Echoes of Silence, Thursday, House
Yeah.
of Balloons put together. You know, you see that in his style that going pop was not out of his element at all. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Um, Starboy was more so him saying like, okay, cool. I done did what I did over here. Now let me finally like open this door and walk in there. And he floated. He
Mm-hmm.
freaking floated to me, if you ask me. Um, I feel like After Hours was a great balance. It was a balance of like when he went pop, he went pop. He didn't ease his way into pop like Drake or whatever. When he went pop, he went full blooded pop.
Yeah.
We was like, God damn, we had to get adjusted. But I feel like After Hours was a great balance. Like Blinding Lights, that song was amazing. Just man, look.
I love that
Um,
song, G. I love Blinded Lights,
Blinding
G.
Lights is Blinding Lights is somebody made a video of Grand Theft Auto Vice City, the intro,
Oh
and they
yeah.
put Blinding Lights over it. And I'm like, why does this fit so perfect? Um, what's that? Heartless. Heartless came out. Heartless was freaking golden. I was at
Yeah.
work when that came out. I was taking out the garbage, and I was like, yo,
Like it's
this is
hard.
crazy. It was crazy. But After Hours, that's number three. Um, Number two, not number two, my bad. Well, whatever.
Yeah,
Second to
this is your number
last
two.
is huh?
It was yeah. I know. I get what you mean. I never mind. Go ahead.
Second to last is uh, Just Cause Y'all Waited, and I'm gonna just go for the deluxe because it has all the songs on there. This whole album is on my playlist. I have a playlist of songs that I listen to the most, and it's like I'm not gonna skip these songs because what's the point of, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
in my Apple Music, I got a playlist of all the songs I like, shit that my bangers, shit that I'm gonna listen to. I know I'm gonna listen to it. This whole album is on there. Usually, I pick and choose album songs off of an album to put it on the playlist. This whole album is on the playlist. Different Meetings, Street Infection, Three Headed Goat, All Love, Gucci Gucci, Viral Moment, 248, Trap for Hoes, Internet Sensation. Ooh, all the way down the Street Prayer. The whole album is in the playlist. My favorite song off of here is it's probably between Viral Moment, uh, Watch Your Homie. That's my favorite song. Watch Your Homie. My favorite song on there. But yeah, Dirk went crazy. And last but not least, um, I don't put that Kid Cudi album up there. People say it was
Mm.
mid, but I love Kid Cudi. I really do. And I was just going back to listen to a lot of Kid Cudi's music um recently before like 3 weeks before he dropped the album or announced it or whatever. I was listening to Mad Kid Cudi, bro. I'm talking about all the way back to Man on the Moon. Everything from Man on the Moon to freaking I found this one song that he did with ASAP Rocky, um ASAP Forever. I'm like that song was bro. Um but yeah. And then next thing you know, we announced that he's dropping Man on the Moon 3, The Chosen. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what? So I was probably off the high of my Kid Cudi binge, but I really do like this album. But I just fuck with Kid Cudi as an artist and his style and everything. Like it was a really good album. To me. Favorite song is The Void. Void. That song goes crazy. Um, let's see. Void. Yeah, Void is my favorite song. Okay, and that is my top five albums.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. I respect that. So before we do favorite songs and verses, new artists that we would put onto this year. So for me, because I just want to give a couple people credit. Shout out to Jivian, what his name is. He was the dude who was on the Chicago freestyle. Uh Buddy got clean. Buddy is really cold. Really freaking cold. And he dropped two really good R&B albums. Uh Polo G, that nigga gonna be cold. Polo G gonna be special. If
Mm-hmm.
he continues to grow, I think he's somebody who's gonna be around for a good minute. And just also King Von, because to me, King Von been around for a minute. You niggas put me on. I just got on the wave late, but King Von
Mm-hmm.
as well is somebody I got to give a lot of credit to for somebody who's just new doing their thing as well. So, but yeah. So, any new artists you want to talk about?
I don't really have any new artists that I have. I mean, I guess you could say Thundercat. I wasn't really listening to Thundercat a lot, but Dragon Ball Durag kept popping up on fucking Facebook,
Bro, you could
and
escape. You can't
it
escape
came
that song.
out. It came out last year. Did it come out 2019?
I feel like they can't, because I remember hearing that. Because I heard what Thundercat album was that I listened to in 2018? Either 2018 and 2017. I don't remember. But I was listening to a Thundercat album then because somebody told me to listen to it. And I was really rocking with it because I really liked the nerdy funk effect that he had going on. But I forgot. But that song been around for a minute.
Well, I first heard it in 2000 last year, probably late 2018, 2019, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going through a lot at that time, and I wasn't really. I was in a different headspace. Right now, I'm listening to a lot more music because I'm doing a lot of fucking mindless stuff at work and driving. I'm doing a lot of driving stuff, so I have a lot of music playing. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna add this damn song to my playlist. And that song was so freaking. It's so relaxing. And I was like, this nigga Thundercat is crazy. So that's probably the only new artist I kind of got put on this year.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Also, somebody else I want to throw in there is Doughboy. Uh, he had a very, if you like, if you into like street rap niggas, he's up there. Somebody in terms of just like, hey, yo, this nigga, it's some real street shit that he be talking about. So shout out to Doughboy. Check out his album Demons Are Us. It's a really funny album title. Really good. Like a really good album. He's probably spotty. If he keeps at it, stays out of trouble. Please stay out of trouble, brother. He has potential to
Mm-hmm.
really do things as well. But let's go ahead and talk about favorite songs of the year and all of that good stuff. So it's a lot. The funny thing is, like a lot of songs, bro. A lot. Um,
Just
and I'm
name
just gonna
all.
base this solely off my 2020 playlist because I know that's what I've been playing. It's funny how fast time goes because Life is Good came out this year.
Life is Good came out 2020.
Yes,
Wow, I could have sworn I was late 2019.
bro, that came out early this year.
Whoa, whoa.
And that goes back to like, hey, you niggas want to sit there and say Drake reign is over with? You could
Fuck out of
escape
here.
that song. You really still can't escape that song. Throwing it out
No, you
there.
can't. I kind of played it out for myself because
Me too.
that song is literally us at work,
It is.
and for a moment it was motivation because I do be working on the freaking weekends as
Me
freaking
too.
usual.
Yep. Same here.
Um, So it was kind of, you know what I'm saying. But I kind of played it out for myself. But I still love it. It's an amazing song. The
Yeah,
video, the video is probably one of the it's top 5 videos. It's definitely top 5 videos.
easily. Like, I love that video. But Life is Good. Strawberry Peels, Lil Uzi, and Thugger, they got clean the fuck off. Strawberry
Hmm.
Peels was one song where I could sit there and be like, if I need something to boost my day, like I had a rough start to my morning, I get in the car and be like, all right, where Strawberry Peels at? All right, play.
Yeah,
Like, gee, like
yeah.
that song go crazy. Uh, what else we got here? Did these Sada Baby songs come out this year? Double check. Yeah. So Sada Baby dropped a lot of songs I just overall messed with all year. Uh, and Sada Baby's another artist. He's an honorable mention of mine as one of my favorite artists of this year. Uh, Pressing with King Von it's funny because it's number 2 on my playlist. They got clean the hell off. Sada and King
Yeah.
Von got off of that. G. Sada,
Oh
look,
yeah.
look,
I know
Pressing
what
is
song you're talking
fire.
about.
G. So freaking fire. He got that song. Activated is crazy. Slide is literally a tune. So but yeah, shout out to Sada Baby. Free Joe Exotic is one of the funniest songs I heard this year with that BFB Pac-Man nigga. Like Sada got a lot of songs I just vibe with heavy. So yeah, so shout out to Sada. He got a lot of songs I rocked with heavy this year. You can go ahead and drop some because I'm just going through my whole thing.
I gotta get the name of 2 songs, but the voice, um, by Lil Durk, that song
Mm-hmm.
went crazy. Um, I am what I am by King Von. That song, that song was getting played like how Blicka Blicka was getting played. Like it was getting played. That song was getting played on the way home from work. I get in the car and on the way home. That song was getting played. They
It's
got clean
G.
off. Buddy from New
That's
York got clean off.
yeah.
They both got
Fabio
off.
Foreign. Fabio Foreign. That dude can go. Like he can
Yeah,
go. He can really go. I'm just. It's really like that song blew up, and then it's like, gee, he died. It's like, come on, bro. It's like,
that
come on.
song. He dropped a preview of it on Twitter. No,
Yep.
this was like this song heat. Um, let's see what else. What else? What else? What else? I mean, this didn't come out 2020. It came out. When did Kid Cudi's album Kids See Ghosts come out?
That came out 2 years ago, 2018, I believe.
Cudi Montage though. Cudi Montage. I've been playing that song a lot. That song is beautiful. I love
Mm-hmm.
that song. Um, freaking Kid Cudi's and his humming and him with Kanye West. Come on now. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That's
Hey,
crazy.
hey.
Let me see what else I got up on here. What was the name of my song? What's the name of the song with BB's King?
Oh,
BB
BB King
King.
freestyle.
BB King freestyle. Why they go so hard? Why they go hard like
Yo,
that, bro?
Drake
Them niggas
got
went off.
clean off, bro. And
Them niggas went clean the fuck off, bro. And then when Wayne rapped on freaking the breaks over Jay-Z,
oh yeah,
that's easy probably the hardest song on the mixtape.
I agree.
The hardest song on the mixtape.
I
Drake got
agree.
off on BB King, but Wayne went. He let us know, like Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
It's,
He got his ways about him. You know what I'm saying? He does some things we don't agree with.
he makes us
You know what I'm
remember
saying?
as like, hey G, I'm still upper echelon G when it's all said and done.
He has not lost his gift. Okay,
Yeah,
you know how
it
freaking
comes and go.
what's his name? Bobby Brown sing like a pastor now. You know what I'm saying? Wayne's Wayne's bars when he wants to, it's the same. It's the fucking same, bro. He got clean off on that song.
You did.
Uh, That is that it right now? I'm looking at my playlist. I'm looking at my playlist. And I already said the void because I was talking about the Kid Cudi's album.
Yeah. Uh,
Um,
hey, I don't know how I didn't mention Savage Mode 2. That's another honorable mention of mine. But running,
oh yeah,
it's the one of the hardest tracks of this year, G. Like it's probably top
what
5 street
song?
track of running.
By who?
Running. Hold on, I'll play it. I ain't play smooth.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I can't play too long before they get mad. But running, bro. I felt
Man,
that, G. It made me feel like I'm about to do a drive-by on somebody, bro. And there's a few
yeah,
songs
for
that can make
sure,
me feel that way. Very
for
few
sure.
songs.
Oh, Marnie on me and Plastic from Little
Oh
X
yeah,
Baby
off Uzi
Pluto.
and G. Marnie on me go
Those two
crazy,
songs
G.
went crazy. Marnie on me is so freaking. That song is hard. That beat is hard. Plastic, that beat is hard too. That beat is
Pl-
stupid.
Future got off on Plastic, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
That was when
Moment
I
of
was like,
Clarity went
okay,
hard too. Moment of Clarity, Future took off. Future floated. I was
yeah,
actually hoping that that was only like a Future song. You know when they do collab projects
yeah,
and
they do that
like
one
one of
song
them
where
will
it's
have a
like,
song to themselves.
yeah,
I thought that was Moment of Clarity. I mean, Uzi he went crazy on it. He was good on it, but it's like Future was floating. He was floating. I didn't want him to stop rapping. You know what I'm saying? Until the
yeah,
song was over. But Plastic, Moment of Clarity, and Money on Me is the three hardest songs on the album to me.
true. Uh, we gotta talk about Party Next Door. Uh, Party Next Door on his album he dropped this year, Party Mobile. He had a song on there called Savage Anthem, bro. That's an evil
Oh
ass
yeah.
song, G.
I was
That's an
listening to
evil
that, but then
ass
I
song.
stopped. I have to put that on my playlist actually, so I can add it to the rotation.
Like, bro, hold on. We haven't done a lyric read in a minute, but I'm about to read the lyrics to Savage Anthem by
We
Party
should
Next
start doing
Door.
those more often. Actually,
We do. That's gonna be something we're gonna definitely try to do a little bit more often. But I'm gonna read parts and also I know I'm not going. I know people. If you listen to Joe Budden podcast, you know they did it way better. But they can also play the songs. But this nigga was evil as hell. G. Literally, the intro is "Don't hold your breath." And by the way, he's harmonizing this whole thing. Heavy reverb. Don't hold your breath. Don't wait on my love. Don't hold your breath. Don't wait on my love. Verse 1. Don't wait on my reply to your text. Don't wait on my nut from your sex. Don't trust
mm,
me to capture the moment. Forgive me, it was just a moment. Don't lay up, I'd rather her stand out. I heard number 2 is your man now. Don't mind me being number 2 now. I'm a man up. Ain't no man down. You see, I don't give no fucks. Is it something we discussed? The truth got you in disgust now. Cause I rather we just fuck now. That's just the first
mm.
verse. This nigga's in his bag, bro. This, this nigga's in his bag, bro. And then also
I
the
think
songs
you actually put me on Party Next Door, like way back in the day.
I have. Like literally
I think
party.
you put me. I think you was you. I forgot what song you was playing, bro. Um, I think it was on Party Next Door too,
D&D 2 is still his best project ever. Hands up.
because I remember him coming out with Over Here on Party Next Door,
Yeah.
but that was around Nothing Was the Same, and that song, and Drake was on that song. I'm like, I was like Drake, and it was nothing else at that point for me. And I'm like, it's cool. But then when Party Next Door 2 came out, you was playing something. I'm like, yo, this shit
He had a
heat.
lot of hits on Party Next Door too. Party Next Door 2 is arguably one of my favorite R&B albums ever.
Yeah, that's
So
facts.
like the whole that's to me a classic that it deserves to be a classic. Like and plus that was a very memorable summer for me. But this nigga Party Next Door is an evil son of a bitch. Because this song, like, because the song is directed towards Kalani, Because they had a relationship, and the fact that I think their relationship been dead for the longest. I think she been with like 2 different niggas in the midst of this, and you just now dropping this song, and it's just like, all right, man. Uh, but let me read the second verse. I put the dirt into the dirt bag. I still got your jacket in my bag. I stood you up. That was my bad. Gave me your heart. Watch me break that. Many different bitches in a coupe. This is how low that max stoop. Me being faithful's the issue. Trying to clean up cause you coming soon. I broke her off in the living room. There's a smell in the living room. No, that's fucked up. That's what pimpin' do. Oh, no, that's fucked up. That's what pimpin' do.
Damn.
Hold on, I think this soundbite.
I didn't say greater. Motherfucker. I do this shit today. Not motherfucker.
That nigga Party Next Door evil as shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm adding that. I'm adding that to the playlist as we speak.
Like literally, in terms of just like, hey,
I'm playing that on the way to work tomorrow.
I hope you're okay.
So,
But
okay.
I hope things is okay with you because literally, but literally, in terms of like, look, man, we all go through things, but this is a very evil song, and it stood out because even though that album was okay, it stood out because that nigga was just pure evil. Like, okay, bro, I get it, bro. Usher, by the way, had a really good comeback song as well this year. Like,
Who?
Usher had a song that came out this year that was really fire, bro. I'm trying to remember the name of it. They play it on radio all the time, but I can't think of the name. Bad Habits. Bad Habits by Usher is like one of the coldest songs to come out this year, G. Like, that song go crazy. Hold on, you probably heard it. You heard the beat at least.
No, I have not heard that song, bro.
Yeah, that song is crazy. Once again, it's another song that doesn't benefit from the fact that literally we are in a pandemic, so you couldn't really get the full effect of like how powerful that song could have hit. But shout out to Usher for Bad Habits. Oh, I didn't mention the album. Chloe and Haley, Ungodly Hours. Them girls is gonna be really freaking special one day, G.
Mm-hmm.
They already special, but they gonna be really special, G. There was one song on there that was really that stuck out to me. This Forgive Me was really good. No, the song itself, Ungodly Hour. That's why I sat down. I was like, okay, these little Beyonce angels is really some freaks.
Angel of Death.
I was like, all right, man, y'all cool. But yeah, what else we got here? You go ahead, bro. I gotta go through some of these albums and try to make sure I remember these songs correctly too.
Chaz Vibe got a song out called Below.
Chaz Vibe got a lot of songs. We're gonna save Chaz Vibe for last though.
He got a lot of songs out, but Below is a really special song. The song, it kind of hits home. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's been in rotation a lot. Just putting that out there. Let me see. I'm looking at my playlist right now. I mean, okay. What's his name? Playboy Cardi's album came out. Whole lot of ass. And I'm just playing. Go to the Moon, Go Crazy. Cause I just love Kanye. I love Kanye. Go to the Moon was crazy. It was mostly Kanye on the album, on that song. Playboy Cardi came on at the end, but he didn't really say much. It was like 6 to 8 bars worth of lyrics. Metamorphosis with Kid Cudi, and this is so crazy because, like I told you, I was listening to Kid Cudi like heavy before he dropped his most recent album. I didn't even know he was releasing something. I think like 2 days before he dropped it, I saw it on Facebook, and then he's on this album. I'm like, I'm definitely gonna put this song on the playlist, and it go crazy. Metamorphosis is cold. Teen X with Future. You know how I'm about Future. Future's number one, and
I
I'm like,
hate
oh, he
that
got
song.
Future on the album.
I hate that song.
That song, we in the X, we in the codeine. It grew on me. At first, I was like, what the heck? It grew on me. I'm not gonna lie. The thing about Whole Lot of Red is that the production is great. It's just insanely repetitive. Um, it's just insanely repetitive. Oh yeah, Get Back with Lil Durk and King Von. No, not Get Back. Back Again with Lil Durk and King Von.
That was fire.
With one of the most disrespectful verses of 2020 of all time. He said, "Rest in peace." That's messed up.
Look, man, there's a lot. You can sit there and say, "Look, man, my homies are packed." Don't sit there and tell me rest in peace, G.
At your funeral, I might just slide. Rest in peace, nigga. That's some serious hatred, man. You know how much you gotta hate somebody. Did okay, Gucci.
You said what?
My power just went out, and it was terrifying. What was I gonna say? Gucci bucket hat with Chris. I know with Chris. With Future, that went crazy. That actually that previewed on Twitter, and when it released, I was already on it. It was didn't Future, didn't they leak some? You sent me something that leaked on Twitter with Future and somebody else. Was it Future and Roddy Rich or Future and Drake or somebody?
It's G. That page leaks a lot of shit, G. I forget.
Did that song come out?
I don't think so, because I would have remembered. Because I remember, I just don't remember who's on it. It was somebody else on it though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's it.
So to wrap it up for me, I got to give my boy Dom Kennedy a lot of freaking credit for making a comeback, because I thought it was over with for my boy. Because once that nigga got a little bit mainstream, he really started forgetting how to rap on beat. It was a really tough time for us in the Dom Kennedy hive. Respect to the people who stuck around, G, because all I'm saying is "By Dom Kennedy" is one of the worst albums I ever heard in my life. From an artist I actually like. 2020 Dom Kennedy made a comeback. Shout out to him just giving Nipsey the love, because he was very close to Nipsey. So it's just like sometimes it brings a motivation back to you to just go crazy on the beat. Dom Kennedy, he had two projects that came out this year. One with Hit Boy. That one's more of my personal favorite, and I got a lot of really dope songs on there. Offline got off. Pretty Thug is fire. When the Money Comes is fire. Favorite song on here is 87 Benzo, G. Like, I love the sample that Hit Boy used. Any song where Hit Boy didn't have to rap were the best songs as well, but I think he rapped on every other song in some capacity. But I understand sometimes Hit Boy just wants to rap. Just don't do it near me ever again. But point is this. It also, this album's called Also Known As, but Dom Kennedy got the hell off. Then Dom Kennedy got Rap and Roll. It's I think it's like a 4-track, 2, 4, 6. So like a 4-song moment where it's just like, yo, this nigga is rapping his ass off. Love is Gangsta's fire. TYM is fire. For the Little Homies is fire. Sirens is fire. Out of Here with T Flowers fire. Like, gee, this, like, he went on a run on the album where it's just like, yo, this is Dom Kennedy that I fell in love with. This is Dom Kennedy from Yellow Album. This is Dom Kennedy from Get Home Safely. Like, gee, this boy Dom Kennedy makes you feel like you want to live in LA. And I feel like if I was from LA, I'll appreciate Dom Kennedy even more. But when the time comes, when the world opens up, we sit there, me, you take that trip to Cali, go LA. Hopefully, we don't see nobody snorting cocaine on the park bench. But I want to just blast Dom Kennedy at ignorant levels, just get to make sure the vibe feels the same. So like, shout out to Dom Kennedy. He's arguably like my comeback player of like 2020. G. Like, he came back with a like, hey, I still got it, y'all. So shout out to Dom Kennedy. That's my boy right there. Is there any albums on here that I didn't? Oh, shout out to Nas. Nas arguably had one of the better albums of this year. Like, we was talking best albums, I would probably give it to Nas, and that's comes from somebody who don't fuck with Nas like that. Shout out to Tiana Taylor. She had a really good album. Marion had probably the most underrated album of this year. As well with The Connection. Check that out. It's only like 2 bad songs on there. And one of them has B2K in the title. I was like, that's some bullshit. YG, My Life 400 was really good. Check that out. Ty Dolla Sign featuring Ty Dolla Sign, fire as hell. Six Lack, or I call him Black, depends who you want to call him as, but 6-piece hot EP was really good. Jay Electronica dropped the album, which was really good. But yeah, just a lot of rap, a lot of good music all together. Oh, shout out to Duke Deuce as well. He dropped a really good album. Like, a lot of artists dropped a lot of really good heat as well throughout the year, and just want to give a lot of y'all credit. Y'all didn't have to. Y'all could have sat at home peacefully, not have to worry about COVID, but you guys say, you know what? Let me do something for the fans. And I give a lot of you mugs y'all credit. Y'all do. Y'all deserve it. We appreciate it. I appreciate it as a music lover doing y'all thug dizzle. Anything you want to say? Close out.
Stay down. Off of Lil Durk's album. Was it titled The Voice? Let's see. The Voice, yeah. Stay Down with him, Black, and Young Thug.
Ooh,
that song is so cold. That song is so cold. Niggas be saying I'm tripping when I say that's the best song on the album.
I
That
wouldn't say
song
you
is cold,
tripping.
bro.
I wouldn't
That
say you
song is
tripping.
cold. That's like the perfect song, bro. Like, Black went crazy on the album. I mean, on the he went crazy on the chorus. Young Thug's verse was it was more lax than I'm used to him being a little bit.
I would say the funny
but
thing about Young Thug this year, he was pretty chill most of this.
yeah, I mean, but the song kind of makes you be like that. That's just a good song, and that's why I like Lil Durk, because he goes there with his music. It's not pop, but it's not all street at the same time.
Yeah.
It's so different and
And
versatile, and he's able to float in that area, in that space,
Yeah.
so well, bro.
And I'm gonna say this for like how the album starts. Like, you gotta factor in, this is literally him like rapping immediately after the events of like Von dying. I'm pretty sure the beginning of the album was written around that time frame. Like, what after like the Still Trapping song with him and Von, the album totally takes a more different turn, and Stay Down is like that turn. So I like how literally like the change of pace was that song, and it's such a really great freaking song. Really freaking great song.
That song is beautiful. That's my favorite song on the album, hands down. They killed it.
Yeah. So definitely like that song was really good. Like, I really hope that gets the promo it deserves. Like, if he was to pick a song that would really just put a lot of money into, that would be the one song. But yeah, man, like, a lot of great music from you as well, bro. Like, I gotta give you your credit, G. Like, when you hit the studio, you was doing your thing, G. Like, I know you just specifically mentioned Below, but like, Know the Vibes, Go Crazy, Better End. I don't think you officially dropped Better End. Like, I think I just had access to it, and I've just been playing it on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the benefits. See, I don't give you niggas a sneak preview of his goddamn music. But like all you like G, like you got music, G. You got something to work with, and I want you niggas to check my boy out. Even check out our homie Belvy as well, G. He got some music as well. That's just straight heat. I know he's working hard on his album. I don't even know his shit coming out anymore. But but check
It's
out,
crazy,
but
y'all.
check, but
2020
check out
was
our.
crazy.
But check his shit out though too, because he got a lot of his new stuff has been going real freaking crazy, G. And in the moments where I see him in the studio working, I know he's working, G. He's working. So like it makes me happy to see
Yeah,
two
shout
dudes I
out
know
Belvy,
doing y'all thing.
all platforms, Belvy. We just dropped a song called Hot, and it is hot. I'm
It really
sorry,
is.
don't unsubscribe to us. I'm sorry. Um, song go crazy. You got another song out called B Day. You got a lot of dope music out. Shout out to my homie Vega, Vega. We got a song out, Bronchitis, and gotta do it like I'm used to it. All platforms. Of course, my music is still out there, Chaz Vibe, all platforms. I got about 5 singles out right now. EP on the way, an album that's got a mind of its fucking own right now. That's neither here nor there. But we got some good music. 2020 was a great year for music as an artist and as a consumer. I'm very, very excited for what 2021 is about to bring. It's gonna be something to behold.
Yeah, it definitely is, man. But we appreciate you guys for listening once again. Like we do it for you guys. This is honestly the last You Tweaking Media podcast of 2020. So like we
Hmm.
wouldn't be able to go far without you mugs. Gee, so much love, much appreciation for the support of this year. Like we definitely appreciate you guys, the listener. Uh and like just continue to support us, continue to tell people, hey, check us out. Follow me on Twitter at deep_Chris_J. Same for the IG. Follow the You Tweaking Media Instagram as well, Facebook page as well. You Tweaking Media, it will pop up. Make sure you also hit up the Teespring, copy some You Tweaking Media merch. We got hoodies, face masks, t-shirts, 35% off until January 6th. We gave you guys a nice little Christmas through New Year's deal. Take advantage of it because literally once I take this sell off, I might not be feeling as generous because 35% is a lot. I'm being generous. Generous. So, and you niggas know. So make sure you copy that merch. What else? Oh, we on Clubhouse now as well. So shout out to us joining a fake exclusive league of fucking Clubhouse because it ain't that goddamn exclusive. But at the same time, if you just want to sit there, possibly see me start a room of chaos, where I sit there and explain why in very vivid detail why Lil Baby, My Turn is most overrated album 2020, I will make that room. And I dare you motherfuckers to ping Lil Baby in that bitch. So I tell him in his face. So, well, in his ear. Pause. But point is this. We on Clubhouse. I think what's mine? UTM Chris J. So follow me on there. I think Chaz is also Chaz Vibe on there. So we on Clubhouse.
Yes,
But
sir.
throw out your plugs, bro.
Follow me on Instagram, Chaz Vibe, Twitter, Chaz Vibe. That's about it. Yeah, I'm trying to be more consistent on my social media. Like I get caught up in just trying to get things together, man. I'm trying to be more consistent, doing a lot more promoting. Y'all just found out I have listeners in I think it was Baton Rouge
Hey,
somewhere.
hey, shoot, that's what's up.
I was like, yo, let me start. Let me like,
See,
let me start promoting my music a little bit more because I'll be falling off. So 2021, I'm gonna try to get better with promoting.
hey,
2020 was a year of getting my shit together and getting myself personally in a comfortable position to promote myself. So now that I'm there, let me start bullshitting. So I'm gonna try to do a lot more promoting, a lot more activity on social media and engaging with people. So follow your boy, Chaz Vibe, CHAZVIBE.
yeah, you're. So make sure you be on top of that, cause hey, we coming 2021, we coming, bro. We coming crazy, G. Because I was about to say the other word. Now even that's a no homo in itself. But either way,
Sound good.
the brand is getting brolic, and we coming for you niggas, G. So much love and appreciation for checking us out and listening, watching, whatever platform you're on. Thanks for listening, and peace.